When I think of how the mission of Young Life is unfolding here in the Highland Lakes, I think about a sea of kids at the local high schools that don't have a relationship with Jesus, and they desperately need one.
I think being a Young Life leader has really taught me that it's so important to have fun with these kids, and it's so important to just slow down and really remind kids how to be a kid. I think at camp we experience that a lot, where we take their cell phones away and they are just thrown into a beautiful camp, and we just get to have fun, and they just forget about the troubles of the world. And so I love that it's just this childlike faith that comes out, and it's just fun.
So whenever I was in high school, I was never a part of Young Life, but I was pretty active in my youth group at my church and everything. And so in doing that, I know that I met a lot of my good friends, and I had a lot of spiritual growth go through me in those high school years and stuff. And so whenever I came out here and Kurt had asked me to be a part of Young Life, I was kind of excited to do that, because I know that all those friends and all those relationships that I made in high school and everything, those have kind of made me who I am today. And so I love being able to come out here and be a part of being able to help these kids grow, help be a friend for these kids, and just be a spiritual foundation for these kids.
I'm Latham Nakle. I was born in Wichita, Kansas, and I'm a senior at Marble Falls High School. I grew up with my dad being Muslim and my mom being Catholic. And so I kind of grew up not really knowing Jesus, because my dad was no, you have to be Muslim, and my mom on the other side had to hide my baptism from him. I don't know, I was just kind of lost from then on. My parents got a divorce, and then my mom started taking me to church, and that's when I was oh, this is a thing. And so probably the middle of my sophomore year is when I first went to Young Life, and I liked it. The start of junior year is when I started to come regularly, because it was so much fun. I loved it so much, and I went through the whole school year with kind of just hearing Jesus and seeing these fun games and trying to get involved. And at the end of the year, I was this is definitely something for me. Hearing these words is something I need to hear. And then Kurt asked about Young Life camp, and a lot of my friends were going, so I was why not? And so we went to Sharp Top Cove in Georgia, and I had the time of my life. I had one of the best weeks of my life. I guess going to Sharp Top built onto me being totally in love with Jesus, and just the great words that our speaker spoke to us. Coming back, I definitely see a change in who I am, and wanting to talk about Jesus to other people. And so I don't know, it definitely changed my life in a lot of ways.
So my first year as a leader, we had two girls, sisters from Burnett High School, Alex and Marley, and they came to camp for their first summer, and they're very quiet, shy, withdrawn, but it was that summer at camp that they gave their lives to Jesus, and when I got to start building a relationship with these girls. And so it's just been really awesome to see the ways that Jesus is changing them and giving them joy, and I've seen them come out of their shell. And then even last summer we got to go to Wilderness Ranch, where we got to spend a week outdoors in the Colorado mountains, and we laughed together, we cried together, we climbed a mountain together, and it's cool to know that these experiences now are not only shaping them but me, and it's awesome because I know that I'm going to be friends with these girls for the rest of my life, and I think that's why I love Young Life so much.
One of the things that I love about our mission here in the Highland Lakes is that we have a presence with volunteer leaders at Marble Falls High School, at the Falls Career Center, at Burnett High School, and even Faith Academy. One of the things that's been really neat to see is how we're reaching teen moms at the Falls Career Center. There's a group of women that are actively building relationships and sharing the gospel with these girls that are in a really hard circumstance. And so I think Young Life is the hands and feet of Jesus on the school campuses, bringing hope, bringing relationship, and bringing truth to kids that desperately need it. I'm so excited about what we've accomplished with kid work in the Highland Lakes, but I'm even more excited about where I think we can go. It's been really fun to see how we've been able to build relationships with these teen moms, but there's two other aspects of Young Life that I'd love to see unfold in this community. One is Wildlife, which is a ministry to reach kids in junior high. And another ministry is called Capernaum, and that's for kids with disabilities. And in my life, my mother worked with kids and adults that had disabilities, and it impacted my life a lot to see how those kids really showed me what unconditional love looks like. And I would love to be able to start a ministry for those kids as well. The mission of Young Life is to reach every kid, and that's all encompassing. And there's a lot of kids out there that we want to reach with your help.